but they're not actually experiencing what the character is experiencing. Therefore, it's not coming across as real.
Right. It doesn't resonate.
Yeah.
It doesn't, whatever it is. And you see it sometimes. Like, you'll see one actor stand out, like, oh, he's faking it.
Right.
Yeah. And it takes you out of it.
But just like the same way you see the opposite.
Yes.
Right? Where you see that guy walk in the room, turns his head, and you go, "Oh, I'm with that guy." That guy's, is fantastic.
Like when you're doing a character, whether it's Braddock or the gentleman from The Insider, and you're playing an actual human being, that must come with another. It's another level of responsibility, right?
Yeah.
Because especially The Insider,
Yeah.
because that was the first film where I had saw that kind of changed my perspective on things and made me openly consider the idea that a corporation would have someone assassinated if they were going to affect their business. Mm-hmm. And I saw that movie. I remember seeing that movie going, Jesus Christ. And it took me down a rabbit hole of reading about the history of the tobacco industry and lobbyists and what they had done to try to obscure the fact that it was causing cancer and addicting people and all the chemicals they'd put into those things. You're playing a guy who risked his life to tell us, to let everybody else know, hey, there's some nefarious forces involved in this business. It's not as simple as they're just selling you cigarettes. They're doing some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like, the responsibility is the right word. That experience that I was sharing with you, where I sat in front of him and I asked him some tough questions. And I pushed a button emotionally.
What was it about?
And I could see he was still affected by it. And it was about his family and the question, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. It was about the effect of the situation on his family. And that took him to a place, and I could see him just get, emotional. I realized he still, all these years later, is carrying this around, So it was a big thing for him to do. As you say, he risked everything in his life, risked his professional reputation, the health and safety of his family, to put that information in front of us. The weird thing for me about all of that is that this legal loophole kind of situation you get into where if you admit something is unsafe, then you're liable for the fact that you peddled something that was unsafe. Because there's a whole lot of things that you can do to make these less potent in terms of how they damage you. You can take out the chemicals, you can return the tobacco to its more natural state, but we don't do any of that because that would be admitting that it's an unsafe product, and it opens up a whole bunch of more legal bullshit.